This is a quick movie to show you how you can replay data through the multidimensional review, which is effectively images that have been acquired in a multidimensional set. So to do this, we just go to Apps and Review Multidimensional Data. And the very first thing to do is go and select the file that we've just taken. So we gave it a position to save to earlier, we're just going to browse to that. So select File. So we can select the directory. So we can say it's in the correct file, and we can go to the correct number. So the last one I did was 16, and I just press View. Now this loads into the player here, and I can choose to see the channels that I want. So I've got my FTSE and my Texas Red left and right. I've got my position, so if I've got multiple stage positions I can view and change to those. And running across the top is time, so I can go and pick a particular time. Or I've got 3 Z sequences, so I can just play 3 Z. So my kind of navigation is very, very straightforward and very easy. If I want to, what I can do is actually look at this as a composite. So if I just come down here and say my source R, my red image, is Texas Red and my green is FTSE, I can create one image here, and I can always look at the color composite image of those. Another thing I could do is, rather than looking at the Z stacks here, I may just want to look at one in focus plane. So in the case of a Z stack, I can just say do a maximum Z projection, and now I have one Z plane across here, and that will allow me to play through. It takes a little bit of time because it has to calculate what is the maximum intensity projection at each point, but that's a lot easier for reviewing and making sure we have the correct data. I mean, you can process that out later if you need to and get every image in the same way. The final thing that we can do here is we could actually say, well, I only want a particular section of data. And this is done by selection of X's. So I can say, by left clicking on this number 2 and then immediately right clicking, I put a series of X's in, which means I can now extract, by pressing load image, all of the time sequence points at Z position 2. And this is my new movie for the Texas Red and the FTSE. Okay, so a movie for each channel. If I want, I can obviously do that with my composite on and do the same thing. Load image. So there is my color image at position 2 out of 3 in Z over time. So the extraction is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to turn my composite off. I may, for example, want to get rid of that, so I can just left click on that again and then right click to free it up. I may just want all of time point 5s in Z, so I can just say there's all of time point 5 in Z, left click on the 5 at the top, right click, select my Zs and load the image. Again, I've got 2 images unless I create the composite, and in each case I can just file and then save as and save it out as a stack or an AVI or whatever else my options are at the moment, or a series of TIFFs. So that's really how we would review and get through this data. If I want to open another experiment, I would just go back to select base file and we'd go back in through there. Okay, I hope that's helpful, and if you get any more questions, please contact Photometrics UK or your local Metamorph dealer.